Hello and welcome to the Commander's Quarters, your Magic the Gathering source that helps you command your budget. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all their support. Hey everyone, Mitch coming in for the Commander's Quarters studio. Welcome to the show. So the Kaldheim pre-spoiler season / Kaldheim Week of Metal, even though it ends on a Thursday, is nearly over. But we are not quite done with the Kaldheim hype just yet. Today, not too long ago, we actually got some Kaldheim teasers from none other than Mark Rosewater. Basically, he kind of put out this list of things that we are going to see in Kaldheim, not the actual cards themselves, but kind of hints. And I want to talk about those hints and what they potentially might be, or other cards that we've seen in the past that are similar to them. So yeah, let's jump into it. Now, the first of Maro's hints is a 5-color legendary enchantment. Now, when it comes to 5-color enchantments, we actually haven't seen very many in Magic's history. I believe 4 total if we count the creature that's also an enchantment. But these are the 5 non-creature enchantments, although you could kind of say Genju is. Anyways, Maelstrom Nexus, Sanctum of All, Genju of the Realm. Each 5-color enchantments, we don't see that too often, so usually they're a pretty powerful thing. Maelstrom Nexus basically gives all your spells, or the first spell you cast each turn, Cascade. Sanctum of All is just the perfect card for Shrine Tribal. And Genju of the Realm, for whatever reason, turns one of your lands into an 8/2. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, this could be an incredibly powerful enchantment. I mean, for that kind of a casting color restriction, yeah, you really should be getting a lot of value out of whatever that enchantment is. Maybe this is, Yggdrasil, the World Tree. Maybe that is actually an enchantment. I kind of discussed that in a previous episode, but yeah, that might fit the bill again because, Yggdrasil kind of connects all of the worlds in the Norse mythology. So yeah, that might be something to consider on what it might be. But again, that's just my speculation, so we shall see. The next hint is 2 and a black for a 6/6 with Death Touch, so yeah, that seems like a pretty powerful creature. Might not fit the bill in Commander, but, in Standard, obviously, that could be an incredibly powerful thing. I'm sure there's a drawback of some kind. Next up, a card that allows you to kill someone with poison. Now, we haven't seen too many cards that kill through poison for quite a long time because, yeah, Infect, that's a thing that is a very powerful thing. You don't really see that in Standard ever since New Phyrexia, I believe. I could be wrong on that. We've also seen other kinds of poison, though, with like Poisonous 1 on Virulent Sliver. So it might be a different kind of poison, but still, I'm not sure exactly. I doubt it's going to be Infect. I think they've said for many years that Infect is very powerful. I'm not sure where it exactly stacks on the Storm scale. Probably pretty high up there, though. Let's move on to the next one, which is really interesting, with a card with basically double Wooburg tap activation. So 2 mana of every single color. Yeah, that's 10 mana in total. The only card that we've seen with that activation cost, and it's actually the exact activation cost, is Door to Nothingness. So I highly doubt they're just going to reprint Door to Nothingness and just, show that off as, hey, this is, hey, this was kind of the teaser. It's going to be something new. I hope it's going to be something new. Seems like it's got to be a powerful effect. I mean, Door to Nothingness just makes target player lose the game. So it's got to be something along those lines where it just can be an incredibly powerful thing, because that's a lot to ask to pay double Wooburg to actually get a benefit out of something. So I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what that is going to be. The next one is a card that lets you use a creature's toughness to perform an action, normally using a creature's power. So that could be something like Fight, potentially. I mean, that's the first one that usually comes to mind for many when it comes to, using some creature's power for something. You could just switch around and be like, yeah, just Fight with toughness instead, but we'll see what that is. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Maybe it's going to be something completely different, and it probably will be something completely different. Anyways, moving on. Next up, numerous new non-creature tokens. Cool. A card that can make a token that's a copy of target permanent for no mana. That seems like a very powerful thing. I'm excited to see what that is. Next up, a black creature that can copy other creatures. Now, when it comes to creatures that can copy, generally you only see that in blue. I mean, we do have, like Lazav, Dimir Mastermind, something that is in Dimir. But yeah, we don't really see that just strictly in black. I don't think we have ever. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But yeah, this is strictly a blue thing, or, blue plus another color. But yeah, we'll see what that exactly is when the set comes out. The introduction of a creature type that players have been wanting for years. I know exactly what this one is. Everyone just, no debate over it all. It's going to be Pig. Ilharg the Raised Boar, if they would have put Pig on it, I would have been happy. They're going to go back and just change all the boars to pigs. That's what it's going to be. People have been asking for this for years. It could not be any other creature type. It's got to be pigs. End of discussion. Let's move forward. Next up, a card with 3 activation costs, one that's only ever used once before, and the other 2 have never been used before. So, yeah, that could be a multitude of things. One that's only been used once before, I have no idea what very specific card that could be that uses it, and the other 2 that have never been used before, that is very intriguing that this card that has 3 activation costs and all of them are very, very unique. I'm excited to see it. Next up, he says, here are some snippets of rules text that you'll see. First one, protection from god creatures. Makes sense. A set that has gods, is going to have, some creatures potentially that don't, like the gods and need protection from them. Sacrifice 5 treasures is the next one, and we've actually already seen that one, unless it's on another card, which I doubt it will be. With Magda, Brazen Outlaw. Has sacrifice 5 treasures, search your library for an artifact or dragon card, put that card in the battlefield, then shuffle your library. A very powerful effect. If you haven't seen the quick take on that one, go ahead and check that one out. I think that's a really unique mono red commander, and I think it could be a lot of fun to build around. If 3 or more creatures died this turn, yeah, that seems like a pretty cool thing. Usually you see, if a creature dies this turn, just a kind of singular creature die this turn, and then you get an effect from that. But yeah, if 3 or more, it's got to be a pretty powerful effect to kind of include that. Again, a Wrath could do it for you, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Next up, there's choose 1, 2, or 3 at random, which I'm not sure if we've ever gotten one of these where it's kind of like you can choose the number of things, but they're going to happen randomly. So my guess is that this card does maybe 4 things, and you can basically choose 3 of them, up to 3 of them at random, but you can choose, 1, 2, or 3, depending on how risky you want to be. There's probably, let's say there's 3 good effects on this card and 1 really negative effect, and you choose 1, your percentage chance of getting a good one is good, and not getting that negative one is pretty good still, only 25%. But yeah, if you choose 2, that's 50% to get that negative one, or 3, you've got a pretty high percentage chance of getting that negative one. That's just my guess on what this is. Again, this is new ground. We've never really seen a card like that, to my knowledge. Let me know in the comments below if I'm incorrect on that. Next up, we've got the words except for giants, wizards, and lands. So this reminds me of like either Realm Cloak Giant or Whelming Wave. Realm Cloak Giant is like destroy all non-giant creatures. So something like that, or Whelming Wave is like basically, hey, all your sea monsters stay in play. I'm not exactly sure why giants and wizards are working together, but you never know. Maybe there are a bunch of giant wizards out there. And basically, yeah, so return all creatures to the owner's hands except for krakens, leviathans, octopuses, and serpents. So yeah, basically if you're going to be bouncing or blowing things up, you're not going to be blowing up apparently giants, wizards, or lands. Lands make sense, but yeah, the other 2 are, creature types that are potentially working together in this set or are the same. Next up, you may search your library and or graveyard for a rune card. To my knowledge, we haven't seen any rune cards yet. Correct me again if I'm wrong in the comments below. But yeah, a rune card seems like it's going to be a new thing, so we'll see what that exactly is. Next up, as long as you control 3 or more legendary creatures, there's going to be a lot of, I would assume a decent amount of legendary creatures in the set. Again, it is a set that's based on Norse mythology. There are gods running around. So yeah, basically giving you some sort of a benefit for being heavily into legendary creatures. That can be big. X is the number of vehicles you control plus the number of equipment you control. That tells me that this set's going to have a decent amount of vehicles and equipment, which is exciting for many players, especially a Galta Vehicles player like myself. Next up, as long as you have at least 7 life more than your starting life total, this reminds me of a card, Path of Bravery. As long as your life total is greater than or equal to your starting life total, creatures you control get +1/+1. This one's more specific, though, where, you have to have basically, 7 or more. So, you're not just going to be, at 21 in Standard, or I guess in Commander of 41. You need to be at 47 in a game of Commander to actually get that benefit. So, I'm the number 7. I'm not sure exactly what that implies. Maybe there's something with Norse mythology. I believe there are 7 worlds in Norse mythology that Yggdrasil connects to. I could be wrong on that. Correct me in the comments below. I'm going to say that a lot because I'm sure I'm wrong on a lot of these things. Next up, though, create X of those tokens instead. Yeah, creating tokens. Cool thing. Not exactly sure what that's going to be. And then Mark says, and finally, here are some creature type lines you'll see. Angel Warrior, Zombie Rogue, Dwarf Cleric, Horse Spirit. Okay, wait. Horse Spirit, pretty sweet. Vampire Dragon. And I do want to point out that although Vampire Dragon does seem like an odd creature type, We actually have seen a vampire dragon before, vampiric dragon, go figure that name. I just remember that one from back in Odyssey. Definitely an interesting combination of things. A dragon that is also a vampire. Pretty cool. Not legendary, though, apparently. And then we've got legendary creature wolf, legendary creature bird spirit, legendary creature giant wizard. There's our giant wizard. There you go. Legendary creature demon berserker, and legendary creature squirrel, which, again, there was a lot of rumors kind of going around that this was definitely going to be happening. And yeah, I think it's pretty much confirmed at this point that we're going to get Ratatasker, Yggdrasil's messenger. And that legendary wolf is Sarulf, which rhymes. Great. It's also the Norse mythology character Fenrir, or at least it's believed to be. And anyways, go and check out the quick take on that one. A really powerful commander. Yeah, pretty disgusting commander, so go ahead and check that one out. But yeah, really hoping for Ratatasker. I actually did an episode on Norse gods and characters that hopefully we'd see in this set. And yeah, Ratatasker was on there. Fenrir was on there too. I was way off on what Fenrir was going to be, but let's just ignore that one. Fenrir, sorry about that. Ratatasker, this is definitely going to be what Ratatasker is. So, yeah, go and check that one out. But yeah, now it's my turn to hear from you. So in the comments below, let me know what about Kaldheim you're most excited about. Which of these teasers are you most excited to see how it turns out? So yeah, let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks again and have a good one.